Hi, good afternoon. It's Kelly. We live in Ottawa, Canada. We bought this, our first Mugo pine in May. I've been on bonsainut.com and I'm making this video to ask for comments, and I have a few questions about the Nursery root section and the initial styling of the plant. The plant was a nursery plant. It's labeled north, and I've got the separate labels on each branch going back around to east. You can see it's got multiple branches. It's never been timed. It was repotted into this pond basket approximately 10 days ago on the 21st of June. This is the south side, or the back side as I'll call it, of the plant. And then this is the east side or the left side of the plant, and you can see the structure. So our first questions are after we repotted our first plant following Dance's directions, we cut off a third of the soil. It's very sandy, and we encountered this root structure on the Nursery, which looks kind of cool but kind of not, because there's huge roots coming around and going down into the plant. This root comes down and goes down around the back side of the plant, the classic wraparounds. And my question is what do we do with these tiny ones? And what do we do with these larger ones? Do we just leave it for a year because it was just replanted and slowly straighten them out as we repot? And I would appreciate any comment. Okay, so the structure seems to be pretty nice for a nursery plant. There's a large root. You can see it's a couple inches across going up and to the right. And the first section is labeled number 1. It's the first part of the top of the big bend, and it goes up into a structure that I'll call 1, upright. It has one 6-inch long thing, a little 2-inch long branch, another single here, another pair. All of them are at the same height exactly, so nobody pruned it, and it ends in this little upright, which I think may be the overall upright, in 2 buds that I sort of broke off earlier this summer. It has one back looking at the east side or the south side of the plant. It has one that's facing away from the viewers, 2 branches that go like that. That's the extent of branch number 1. Now branch number 2 comes up out of the main root, comes out towards the viewer, sort of towards the northwest, and it breaks into sort of a knuckle of 1, 2, 3 systems, right, that are sitting here with new growth. The third one is the largest one, and it comes out and branches here, both of them sort of side and underneath, and culminates in 2 buds this year. The tree appears to be pretty healthy. Branch number 3 is the main stem of the plant. Come down here to underneath. Main, underneath, under. Okay, so number 3 goes all the way to the west or right side of the plant. It branches into what I will be describing as 4, 5, and 6. Yes. So branch number 4 comes off from 3. Okay, and we'll go back up here and describe it. It's a fairly large branch, possibly a 1/2 inch or maybe a little more in diameter. It has this small nub. It forks. The front fork, or the north side forks, go into this, which has a double bud on the end, and then it goes all the way out to the right with a pretty long candles or double buds on the end. It has a little branch 4 inches long at the back. Branch number 4 is, branch number 5 underneath is underneath the plant, and it goes off to comes out of the main branch, number 3, and then goes backwards or south to the back of the plant, and it's got a long extension, a couple buds on the end, and a couple little branches sticking out the far side of the plant. I have taken off these 2 because they're hanging down into the soil and they were sort of yellow. Branch number 6 is right here, so it's on the main branch number 3, and it is a true, I believe it's called a knuckle. It is right here and has 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 little branches coming out. The smallest is a couple inches long over here, extending up into 6 inches long, that I think needs to come out of there, maybe even this year. Going back, looking at this plant from the north, we're at branch number 7, which goes straight south, or the back of the plant. So we're going to talk about this branch. So I'm going to turn the pod, right? Branch number 7 is coming. Now we're looking at the back side of the plant. You can see the structure. It has 1 or 2 or 3 little buds and branches, and then these 6-inch long branches forking into this, and I'm not sure what to do. So here is the east side or left side of the plant, and the main brand that we're talking about, culminating into, the main north side view of the plant. So, back away. So in summary, we're concerned about what to do with this area here this year in 2014, or not, or just leave it for a year, and should we be going? I'm starting to think, and I appreciate your advice, is to eventually take all of 3, which would take 3, 4, 5, and 6 all the way, and slowly groom it up so that number 1 becomes the primary plant, and see if we can get this to back bud into being the little supporting plants. Eventually get rid of 8, so that the plant would be the big bend coming up with some interesting trunk bend, and this would become the bonsai with all the rest of this going away. But I'm afraid of killing it by cutting off all of that. So I'd very much appreciate your comments. Hopefully you understand all of our scenario. Thank you very much. Bye.